But what is it in spirit? What is same?
Enjoy the rights, ultimate.
ನಿಬ್ಬಾಣ ಹುಟ್ಟು ಸಾವಿನಿಂದ ಮುಕ್ತ ಆಗ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥದ್ದು. ಸಾವಿನ ಹೊರಗಡೆ
So justice is also going beyond death.
Justice is equal for all. Justice in between truth and false.
This is what others do, what you call brainwashing in the name of teaching. So here we don't do brainwashing. We do brain brushing so that your brain shines. There is too much of rust on it. So in Buddhism we do brain brushing. So now Nibbana means what? Freedom from suffering. The essence of Nibbana means, why you want to attain Nibbana? Because you want to freedom from suffering. You want to end suffering. Right? That is Nibbana. Justice means
remove suffering.
you have to end injustice, because injustice is suffering. Whenever injustice happens, that is suffering. And you have to stop injustice. That means you have to give justice. That means you have to stop suffering. So Nibbana is freedom from suffering, and justice is also freedom from suffering of injustice. So the spirit is safe. Now, another thing, let us say if out of these three things, someone practices sila, samadhi, but does not practice panya, can he attain Nibbana? No. Or someone practices panya and sila, but does not practice samadhi, can he attain Nibbana? No. Or someone practices panya and samadhi, but not sila, can he attain Nibbana? No. Why?
We have to fulfill the Shila, Samadhi, Panya. Then only we get Nibbana.
Without fulfilling these three conditions,
Yes.
there is no possibility of
Nibbana.
Right? Yes, that is clear. Now, similarly, if the constitution or the rules that they make, those rules, some rules they make which give you equality and fraternity, liberty, but not justice. Then what will happen? Can you say it is constitutional?
No.
If someone practices equality and liberty but not fraternity, has it done justice to you? I should say the other way.
No.
If someone practices, gives you equality, fraternity but not liberty, has it done justice to you? No. So justice can be done when a person gives you equality, fraternity, and liberty. When all three conditions are fulfilled, then only justice is done. If not, injustice is done. So what is the spirit of the Tripitaka? That is the same spirit of the constitution. So without fulfilling these three conditions, Nibbana cannot be attained. Without fulfilling these three conditions, justice cannot be done. All the three are done. So in this sense, we can see that constitution and Buddhism are two sides of the same coin. Constitution and Buddhism are two sides of the same coin. So that means to save constitution is to save Buddhism, and to save Buddhism is to save constitution. So our people, are they saving Buddhism? No. Are they saving constitution? No. That means they are poking both their eyes and again becoming blind. The constitution is being burnt, they are keeping quiet. The Buddhist places have been destroyed, Mahabodhi is occupied by others, Buddhist sites are being occupied by others. What you are doing? Nothing. That means Baba Sahib gave you two eyes and you are so foolish and idiotic that you poke both the eyes and you are ready to become again blind. Who can serve or save such people? Are they worthy of being saved? If a person is poking his own eyes, what is that you can do? No God or no Bodhisattva or no Buddha can help such a society who are ready to poke their own eyes. What you can do? So that is what is the situation of today's this Bhujan society. The both eyes which was given by Baba Sahib in the form of constitution and Buddhism, today we find these very Bhojans who got the eyes, they themselves are poking their eyes and are ready to become blind, but they are not fighting or struggling or striving to save their eyes. That means they are not ready to save their constitution, not to save Buddhism. That is the tragedy of this community. So therefore, what is the time now? 6:15. Okay, I think that is enough for today. Some next day again we'll cover. Huh? So I hope all of you who have come here I hope you have understood what has been told here. Now this you have to should not keep up to yourself. You should pass on to the others, your friends, your relatives. Wherever you sit, don't talk rubbish about movies, these worldly things, what happened in the neighbor's house, what happened in the other city. Don't talk rubbish. As a Buddhist, you should use your words very mindfully with purpose. Purposeful words should be used. So what is the purpose of words? The word should enlighten others so that the suffering can be removed. So talk only such subjects which can remove the sufferings, whether it be social suffering, economic suffering, or spiritual, religious suffering, whatever suffering is there. If I speak, in what way I can remove his suffering? With this attitude you should speak. Don't do just rubbish chit-chatting, talking about movies, talking about backbiting about each other's house and stories. Stop this culture. The Buddhist culture is not this culture. Talking rubbish and chit-chatting, backbiting. No this kind of discussions anymore. Now, whenever you talk to others, you talk about the knowledge that you gained here. Awaken your children about who is God, who is fraud, what is history, what is mystery, how to analyze, how to rationalize, how to differentiate, what is the purpose of constitution, what is the purpose of Buddhism, how there are two sides. Whatever is been explained here, same thing you should discuss with everyone whom you meet, whether for 5 minutes or 10 minutes, whether your children or friends. Talk only on these things. That is the only way you can educate people. I alone cannot go to everyone and go on teaching them and educating them. This is not practically possible. I have called here 100 people. You can gather 5-10 people, your relatives. Don't need to go and speak in public. You just talk to your friends and relatives. That is enough. If each one of you can talk to your friends and relatives, how many thousands you can cover? Those thousands, again, they to speak to their friends and relatives and their neighbors. How much they can cover? So what you could not achieve in this 70-80 years, you can achieve in the next 10 years if you talk only on these subjects. Nothing else. If this much you can talk to your friends, relatives, or whomever you meet, you will be doing a great service to humanity. You will be expressing your gratitude to Baba Sahib and Buddha. With that, I conclude. Thanks for your rapt attention. No time. Because if you could go on talking, it will take another 2-3 hours. That link has to be there. No? If you miss the link, then it's a problem. Okay? So we started late. Actually, 1 o'clock was the time. Then you said 2 o'clock. Then 2:30. It went to 3. So that means we lost nearly 2 hours. Anyway, this is not, again we'll have it. So that time we'll cover. No? Because I also have to leave and reach Bangalore. And then early in the morning catch flight. Okay? So with the Ashirvad Gatha, we'll conclude. Okay?
Any doubts?
Any
Any doubts, questions?
Another 5 minutes for doubts.